Well, welcome back, everyone. Today we are joined by Jennifer Truman, psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner, to discuss strategies for navigating the stressful holiday season. So, Jennifer, thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, it's a wonderful opportunity to share ideas that can have a positive impact.
That's right. All right, well, the holidays can be an exciting time, but for many, they can also bring stress. So, what are some of the main sources of stress during the holidays and also ways to cope?
So I'm sure I won't list all of the stresses, but let's start with financial. So just buying gifts and traveling for the holidays and hosting events, that can put a real strain on your finances. So what we recommend is that you set a budget and stick to it. That's kind of important. And then just keep it as simple as possible so that you can follow what your plan is. And another stressor is time management. The holidays add so much and we don't add any hours to our day. So juggling work and the holiday preparations and social commitments, that's all weighing on us. So something I want you to do is just make sure that you prioritize what's important, and also don't be afraid to say no to things that don't fit into your schedule. Keep time for enjoying the things that you want to enjoy as well. Another one is, expectations. We have these Hallmark movies or these perfect commercials that make families look like they're all put together, and it's not real life. And so we just need to keep expectations to what is realistic. And sometimes people stress with loneliness and loss, and that's a real issue. And I would just encourage people to seek support and talk about it. And then probably another stressor is overindulgence. Eating too much or drinking too much can make us feel miserable, either physically or emotionally. So just remember everything in moderation.
That's true. Well, Jennifer, another issue that can cause stress during the holidays is family dynamics. So family gatherings can be difficult, especially when there are unresolved conflicts. So what advice do you have for handling family conflict during the holidays?
Okay, well, I could spend hours on this topic, but we'll just cover a few points. One thing is communication, right? Just pause before you respond. That's pretty important. And then remember to use kind words. Another tip would be to be curious. So ask more questions than you do provide statements, and pick your battles. Like, think, is this a mountain I'm willing to die on today? And is this the right time to discuss these topics, or is there a better time? I think it's important to know when it's time to go, right? Like, you don't have to be in an event all day. You can plan to be there for 1 to 2 hours if you know that it's going to be a stressful situation, and leave before things get heated. But just know your limits in that area.
Right. So what about self-care during the holidays? How can people take care of their own mental health when they're already feeling stretched thin?
Yeah, we have all these priorities, but I think number one should be do something that rejuvenates you. You've heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup. So make sure that you're doing what makes you feel peace and what makes you feel joy first. And then make sure you're sticking with diet, exercise, and sleep being hugely important, because that's where we usually suffer. So if you're tired, you're just not going to enjoy things the way that you would. And then kind of remember that any amount of self-care is self-care. So when we talk about self-care, sitting down and having your cup of coffee and just enjoying that peaceful moment, finishing a song before you get out of the car if it's a song that you really enjoy, or taking a bath. These are all simple, short things that would still be considered self-care. But here again, I want to point out, like, don't feel guilty for saying no to things you don't want to do, because if it doesn't bring you joy, then it's not worth the energy or the time that you pour into it.
Right. Now, if someone finds that they need some professional guidance when it comes to stress or maybe mental health concerns, can they make an appointment at Next Chapter?
Absolutely. It's our entire purpose to help people live their best lives, so we're here for you.
All right. Well, Jen, thanks so much for joining us today. I really do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you. It was fun.
All right. Well, don't go away, because we are born. We return.